The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you would better find the evidence to back up your ridiculous claims. Oh, don't put stock in the hastily scribbled words of a lovelorn fool. This letter, it was a show of passion. A poorly worded passion I did not echo in the least. The Duke, he's like a spoiled child. He's not a man. He's not like Septimus. Oh, that horrid tome of ill repute. It isn't mine, it was Jake's. He was a politician, don't you see? Always on the lookout for plotting rivals. Always trying to be one step ahead. Really, I should have thought a source hunter of all people would appreciate my dear husband's sense for survival. Perhaps it is you who should explain your presence in my cellar. And the dagger? It's simply a butcher knife used by my late husband to cut meat. He did so love to cook, the dear. What'll you think of next? Accusing me of bashing him over the head with a frying pan? But all of it is circumstantial. I've a perfectly logical explanation for every piece of so-called evidence against me, and yet you've been trailing me like a bloodhound. People seem to want to believe I am guilty, so let me tell you something I've been keeping to myself. Perhaps it may yet lead to the true culprit. Over the last few months, Jake grew distant and dark somehow. Something in him changed. I can't quite put my finger on it, but he was no longer the gentle man he used to be. In fact, he scared me. It all began the day he met Evelyn, Master Theliron's apprentice. She healed him of what we all believed to be a fatal wound he suffered hunting boars. I think he became obsessed by her, or obsessed by the secrets I just know she holds. Talk to this woman. There is more to her than meets the eye. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she belongs to that sect. You know, to those who worship a goddess without name and practice rituals of blood. I never liked her from the moment I met her. Men cannot see past her beauty, but I have gazed her in the eye and it was death that leered back at me. She hails from Silverglen, a village in the forest north of Sicil. How she made it past the undead without a Legion escort, I'll never know. Though I can hazard an eerie guess. If anyone killed my Jake, it must be her. She had her claws in him for many long months, and finally she must have cut too deeply.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the Northern Cave?
Does seem like the sort of concerns myself essentially.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that report and you won't be lying in your pockets. That was sloppier than
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Ah, now I pulled her off you before.
You, again. What about it? Well, have you found any incriminating evidence against her? If so, like I said, the girl's known to be a flirt. But that sob of a feral doesn't have the mettle to commit murder. And as far as I'm concerned, neither has she. How to plan the perfect murder? Really? Really? She might as well wear a dress with the words "I killed Jake and I liked it" embroidered on it. But that alone wouldn't suffice to convince me. So convince me, Hunter, and keep looking. The knife, the book, the letter, they seem harmless enough by themselves, but in conjunction they do paint a pretty grim picture. Fine then. If you're certain she did it, then I shall have Esmeralda arrested. Your responsibility, Source Hunter. Surely you have exhausted all the evidence that was to be found? No? A good bloodhound knows when the trail has gone cold. So be a good dog now, won't you?
I've been wrong. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Virius. She bit me in the face.
That was sloppier
Look
than
on the bright
Sicilian
side.
stew.
Everyone
Again.
knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman.
Embarrass a bridge throw.
The beast speaks. So you've half a brain
Sorry,
behind
sir.
that feral maul, have you? The cretin's question crossed
think
her
that's
lips
funny,
and inked an
Private?
air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I
no,
think
sir.
that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Virius. You'll only encourage it.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Notch!
You don't think it's infected,
That
do
was
you?
sloppier than
Come on
Sicilian
now, I
stew.
pulled her off you
Again.
before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Virius. She bit me in the face.
Sorry, sir.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman. The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral maw, have you? The cretin's question crossed her lips
Sorry,
and
sir.
inked an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Virius. You'll only encourage it.
Attention! About face! To the
You don't
barracks!
think it's infected, do you?
Notch!
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real
That was
damage.
sloppier than Sicilian
Any real
stew.
damage? Are
Again!
you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
Attention!
The face, Virius. She bit me in the
About
face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone
To the
knows the
barracks.
ugly soldiers are the
Notch.
most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
That was sloppier
In
than
that
Sicilian
case, you'll have the
stew.
pleasure of putting her
Again!
down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman. The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral maw. Rest in peace.
That shovel has proven worth its weight, it seems.
knows what manner of riches we'll unearth together with this tried and true treasure digger.
Enough to finish this mission with a long vacation in the tropics, gazing side by side at a burgundy horizon, if we're lucky.
On the mend! I feel better already.
Sweet relief! Looks like that dog is awfully agitated.
Perhaps he wants to tell us something.
So many dead civilians. It's an honor to visit the fallen.
The fallen have no
May the
use for
Seven
honors
keep
or
you.
visits. Their days have passed, ours have not. Let us not waste them on pointless ceremony.
Rest in peace, darling.
My power is your power.
Burning touch! Shocked to the core!
Limiting laceration!
Grass beneath trembles with my power.
Rest in peace, darling. Rest in peace, darling.
Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Hey, wow. I was wondering where that awesome sweaty boot smell was coming from. And here you are. Wow, this is great. I'm Murphy, Jake's dog. Wow, you smell great. Have you been rolling around on dead things all day? That's my favourite hobby too. You know who I miss? Jake. Sometimes he'd just sit there being awesome. And I'd give him this look like, you smell great. And he'd give me this look like, you do too, Murphy. And he was my best friend. I came here so I could smell Jake again. He smelled great. But whatever's buried there doesn't smell like Jake at all. No, it's definitely not Jake. He was awesome. If I ever find out who killed Jake, the most awesome Jake who ever jaked, I'll bark so much! Seriously, so much! You have no idea!
This dog we met, how true a creature he is. How loyal and unwavering in its affections. His master is dead, but not even this, not even nature's great betrayal of life, stops his warm-heartedness from beating. Animals, dog and deer, elk and eagle. We burden and butcher them, wretches that we are. These pillars of creation, we topple them, though their spirits are so very pure. They do not scheme, they do not deceive. Perfidy, that is the human condition. This kind, this trusty beast, he is man's best friend, though man does not deserve one.
May the seven keep you.
Where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
Wise words. To approach humanity with the same distrust as one would approach a grinning goblin is to be ready for the stab that is to follow.
Are you playing
I
Rowdy?
know, for I have lain on silken cushions in marble palaces, and I have lain on wet leaves in soggy forests. Vastly do I prefer the latter. Oh, the occasional thorn may pierce your skin, but at least you are aware the sting is not that of a poisoned needle hidden by aspiring rivals. In the animal kingdom only one is free. Beware the wolf, yes, beware the bear, but their rules are honest. The kingdoms of man, they are built upon the blood of the ones not strong enough to lay claim to power. This dog, it is a creature worthy of your affection. The ones you see around you, the men and women of this world, they are not.
Rest in peace, darling.
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing
What
Rowdy?
trickery is this? That's not Jake.
It's a rotting sheep's corpse. It seems someone snatched Jake's body.
I smell rotten lamb chops.
Rest in peace, darling.
I smell rotten lamb chops.
May the seven keep
Where are you,
you.
Jake? Are you playing Rowdy?
Look here, even a sage and author as renowned as I is flattered when mortals dare among the dead to seek him out. Well, here I am, Nemris the Wise. You may go wide-eyed with amazement now. As if I need introduction. Nemris the thinker, the theorist, the visionary. Come now, surely you lack the time, as I do, for such silly questions. Oh, I've written so many celebrated treatises, but of course you have read and revered the philosophy of death, the diamond in the crown that is my literary legacy. There isn't a civilized soul alive that hasn't perused its profound pages percolating with perspicacity. Alas, that so few show an understanding of my words, so few show the expected intellectual growth when I put them to the test. You can, and indeed you must. But alas, I was not buried with a printed version of that blueprint of genius that is my inimitably esteemed essay. Never fear, though, for each and every library in Revellon boasts a copy, the gilded cherry on their paper pie.
Are you playing without me? I smell...
Rest in peace, darling. Peace be with you, traveller. May your lost loved ones rest in peace. I once lived a prosperous life with my husband and our happy little daughter, Loni. But when the undead plague broke out, my dear husband was among the first killed. Loni never recovered from the loss. And when a group of mercenaries, predators, more aptly called, came to town dangling the opportunity to annihilate those undead devils, Loni lapped up their rhetoric and joined without so much as a backward glance. She was killed less than a week after she joined. Here she lies, and here I stand, mourning the death of my last joy.
Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
A brief history of...
I dance within shadows.
Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
Sigurd's beard, what a find!
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Oh, rack! What mayhem! The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stetteken. Esmerelda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Kajdenor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. Kajdenor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stetteken. Esmerelda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
seven keep you.
Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake! Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
Rest in peace, darling.
Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
May the seven keep you.
I smell rotten lamb chops. Where are you, Jake?
Rest in peace,
playing
darling.
Oh!
Rest in peace, darling.
I smell rotten lamb chops.
The very fact that you seek me out once more is in itself a token of wisdom. Do you truly feel you are ready to prove that you have read and understood the philosophy of death? Then we shall proceed to test the mettle of your acumen forthwith. Between life and death, death is the greater force. So argues the clergyman. Is he correct?
Indeed he is.
Quite so.
Let us proceed. Life is life's own goal, the question that is itself the answer. Good. Now I am unburdened of all worries, am I not?
Not entirely, no.
I concur.
Last query. Boldly do I scorn the bonds of faith and fear. Death I dub thee life's equal. Is this my salvation or my undoing?
Your salvation.
Indeed.
Hopes and up. A combination of words I've long since forgone to couple, let alone put into action. And before me stands a living proof why. Begone, ignoramus. Have you not insulted me enough? Such stupidity shall not go unpunished. Perhaps death itself shall teach you more about the philosophy of life.